This week on Machinery Pete TV, we travel to Keymar, Maryland for the Bill McGrew auction, where this 1998 John Deere 7810 absolutely smashes the record price. Student projects become museum masterpieces in Missouri. And Pete looks back at a November weekend with some historic auction action.
Your machinery is a serious investment and at the heart of every farming operation. Some call it a passion. We're Machinery Pete TV, and today we'll cover everything from auction roundups to the classics to the latest trends and technology. Machinery Pete, the most trusted name in farm equipment.
Machinery Pete thanks these premier sponsors for their support. Sullivan Auctioneers. Let our team of professionals show you how to make your auction a success. Visit sullivanauctioneers.com. Hey folks, welcome to the East Coast. We are in Keymar, Maryland today for Machinery Pete TV. And what drew me out here to Maryland was the farm retirement auction for Bill McGrew. Now Bill has some amazing low-hour tractors. And we're going to do a little quiz up front in the show here for you faithful viewers. Which of these three tractors of Bill's do you think is going to be the hottest on today's show? A 7810 John Deere with 914 hours? Or what about a 75 model 4230 with 2015 hours? Or a 2004 pre-def pre-tier 4 7320 with 2400 hours? Now make your guess, stay tuned. We'll find out the answer, but first we got to go back to the studio, catch up on the latest farm equipment news.
All right, thanks Pete. Concerns about higher input costs help push the new Ag Economy Barometer from Purdue University and the CME Group to the lowest level of the year. The barometer now sitting at 116, that's down 5 points from October and 30% lower than November of last year. Once again, weakness in the barometer was attributed to weaker farmer sentiment on current conditions, along with expectations for the future.
Once again this month we asked producers what their biggest concern is for their farming operation in the upcoming year. 47% of the producers in this month's survey said that they are most concerned about the rapid rise in farm input cost. 55% of producers in this month's survey said they expect farm input cost to rise by 12% or more in the upcoming year.
Now, 44% of producers in this month's survey said their farm machinery purchase plans were impacted by low farm machinery inventories, and more than half say that their plans for farm machinery purchases in the upcoming year will be lower than a year ago. U.S. productivity has sunk to levels not seen in years. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reporting productivity dropped 5.2% in the third quarter. And that's the steepest decline in a quarterly rate since the second quarter of 1960. Economists say even with the drop in productivity for the third quarter, it is expected to increase overall for the year. Meanwhile, labor costs climbed at an annual rate of nearly 10%. Now let's look at some recent prices from around the country. Now we send it back to our host, Machinery Pete.
Folks, on Machinery Pete TV, I like to bring you the occasional time machine, and we've got one here. You're not going to want to miss this thing sell. It's a 75 John Deere 4230 2015 actual original hours on it.
$65, now 70. $65,000, now 70.
Well, folks, you know me. I sound like a broken record here these last 5 years, but when it comes to good used tractors, it seems like everybody wants a low-hour, pre-def, pre-tier 4 model. We have that here in an 04 John Deere 7320, 2400 and 34 hours on it. Now, coming into the sale, the highest auction price I've ever seen on a 7320 sold without a loader, $75,250 2 years ago on an auction in Floyd, Iowa. That thing only had 330 hours on it.
Hit $80,000, $85,000, $85,000, $85,000, $82,500, now 5. Hit $82,500, now 5, 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 255. Hit $82,500, now 5. Hit $82,500, now 5, 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 $82,500, $85,000, $84,000, $84,000, $84,000, $82,500, 84, 84, 84, 84. Hammer is hot. $82,500, $84,000, $84,000, $84,000. Please tell me yes or no, sir. 84, 82,500, 84. You're in, sir. 82,500, now 4. 82,500, now 4. Sold it. 82,500. You got her, sir.
Hey folks, I'm here with Greg McGrew, CEO, President of McGrew Equipment Company. Now Greg, you grew up in the equipment business, working as a kid with your dad Bill on the construction side, is that right?
Sir. Yes, sir. And then when I was in, I think, 6th grade, he bought a farm, and we kind of farmed on the side. But I've been around equipment. I think there's a picture in my office of me, 4 years old, on a 310B that Dad bought brand new while he was digging a ditch. So I've been around it all my life.
Equipment is in your blood.
Yes, for sure.
Now, how about McGrew Equipment Company? How long has your company been around?
I started in 1999, June 15th of 1999.
Okay. And weekly auctions, Seven Valleys, Pennsylvania?
Yeah, we have weekly auctions in Seven Valleys, Pennsylvania, every Tuesday. They're open to the public, can come, and we kind of sell off a TV screen now with the change of technology, or people can stay home and bid online, or we have a lot of guys that actually bid over the phone. So we'll call them when we're, if we're selling this tractor, we'll call them, and we'll have 4 or 5 guys there, and they'll just throughout the day call people and bid on the phone.
And at this point, Greg, all your years in the equipment business, what excites you the most looking ahead about selling equipment and being in the auction business?
The unknown.
Embracing the unknown.
Yeah, embracing the unknown.
Just the opportunity of it?
Just the opportunity of it. It's just when you think you kind of got it figured out, it changes. Last year we switched to the virtual auction and everything was rolling, and Bobcats were rolling in and we were selling them and everything was good. And now this year we hit the supply chain shortage. So it's put a whole nother spin on the business, and it's challenging, but it keeps you on your toes because you've got to constantly figure out. And they say if you can't change, you're not going to be around long, and this business kind of makes you change.
Well, folks, John Deere made the popular 4230 model from 1973 to 77, and if we talk the highest auction prices I've ever seen, I've seen a number of rare, low-profile open station models in that 40,000 to just over 50,000. Now, on a regular 4230, the highest I've ever seen is 36,000. But just a week ago today, in Austin, Indiana, we saw 4230 with 2,665 hours sell for 30,000. Today, we got a 75 model, only 2,015 hours on it.
I get 25, 30, hit 25, 30, now 5, hit $30,000, 35, internet all the way, boys, $30,000, 35, hit 35, now 40, 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 35, 37, 5, hit $35,000, 37, 5, $35,000, 36, hit $35,000, $36,000, hit $35,000, 36, shot, hit $36,000, $37,000, $37,000, $37,000, $37,000, hit $36,000, 7, hit $36,000, $37,000, $37,000, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $36,000, $37, $37, $36,000, $37. Sold it, $36,000.
Here are a few more items that sold on today's sale.
$69,000 going twice. It's $68,500, $69,000, third and final call. Delaware, $69,000. Sold it. She's headed to Westminster. $68,500. Four. Last and final call. $84,000. You bought them. $82,500. 10, 7.5. Now 11. Now 11. Anybody else want to play? 10, 7.5. Now 11. You bought them. $10,750. Pretty dark. You want to give 81? $8,000. 81. Anybody else want to play? $8,000. 81. You bought them. $8,000. Buyer number looks like 34, $300, $300 now for it. Sold it, 3,300, send it to Ohio.
Machinery Pete TV is brought to you by Kubota. Together, we do more.
Well, I tell you folks, Saturday, November 20th, 2021 is a day I won't soon forget. I think the hottest day I've ever seen for auction prices. And you know, usually it's pretty easy for me at the end of the day to say, boy, this was the sale of the day, but not Saturday, November 20th. So on an El Paso, Illinois sale on that day, this 1986 John Deere 4450 two-wheel drive with 5,391 hours on it, sold for $49,500, fifth highest auction price ever on a two-wheel drive 4450. So that must be the sale of the day, right? Well, no, because over in Grover Hill, Ohio, the same day, this 1992 John Deere 4455 mechanical front with 3,628 hours on it sold for $86,000 on a farm retirement auction, second highest auction price ever on a 4455 sold without a loader. And oh, by the way, that same sale had this 2014 John Deere 1590 20-foot no-till drill bring $52,000. Record high auction price ever on a 20-foot 1590. So the Grover Hill, Ohio sale must be the sale of the day? Well, no, because over in Carlisle, Indiana, my good friends at Jeff Boston Auction Service had an online farm retirement auction for Joe Clements. And check this out, folks. They had a 2013 John Deere 8335R, only had 338 hours on it, but it went for $317,000. That is a record high auction price by $82,000. Previous high of 235 was back from February of 16. And on the same sale, they had this 2007 John Deere 8430, 1,501 hours on it, went for $221,000. Record high auction price by $18,500 over the previous high from 10 years ago. And oh, one more thing, they had this 97 model John Deere 8100, 2,811 hours on it for $100,000, fifth highest auction price ever on a John Deere 8100. Welcome back to Tractor Tales, folks. This week you're going to enjoy our visit to the Ozarks of Missouri to check out a very unique tractor museum. These tractors were all restored by students at the School of the Ozarks. Now they are proudly displayed in this museum at the edge of campus in Point Lookout, Missouri.
The museum was kind of started as a passion of Mr. Gatz. He inherited a lot of these tractors. A lot of people gave him tractors because he owned a tractor business. And so we have around 30 tractors and a lot of different implements here, and a lot of tractor seats, a lot of farm memorabilia, anything to do with farming we have here in the Tractor Museum. About 80% of them came to us completely unrestored. Some of them came partially restored, and then 2 or 3 of them came completely restored. These probably only cost $1,200 when they were bought brand new, and it was a different time, and kids can see that, and they see the amount of craftsmanship involved in putting these tractors together. The Case tractor that we have that's over here behind me, it's one of the few examples of the original Case emblem of Old Abe, which is the bald eagle, but it's the only representation we have of a Case tractor here in the shop.
So right here we have a John Deere B. It's a 1950 model, and it's actually a later model. And the reason I like this one, this tractor is, it has a 6-speed transmission, which is only found on the mid to late models, and then it also has a pressed steel frame. Was also a later modification. We have had a few donated that were restored, but most have actually been restored by staff and students here at the college.
For farmers working to lift, change, and repair tires on their home farms, check out the Tire Grabber at thetiregrabber.com. Find farm equipment on Machinery Pete's December 21st online auction. No reserve, no buyer fees. Start bidding now at auctions.machinerypete.com.
Okay folks, time for our feature item on the show today. This is why I traveled from Minnesota out to Maryland. A 1998 John Deere 7810, 914 actual hours on it. Now some interesting facts on 7810s for you. What would you guess is the most clicked on model over 175 horsepower for sale at machinerypete.com? A 7810. The highest auction price I've ever seen on a 7810 came earlier this year on a sale in Essex, Ontario, $137,600. Think we'll get close today?
I mean, the tractor kind of speaks for itself. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you see it, it's a nice tractor.
Right. And it's a 98 model?
Yep.
Are you going to shed a tear when it's sold, Bill, or not?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I liked it, but like I said, you know, it's time.
Time for a new owner.
Yeah, it's time for a new owner. It's time, I hope somebody takes good care of it, or when it leaves there, it's none of my business, but I hope somebody takes care of it. I mean, it had a real good first home, and it had a real good second home, I'd say.
Get 100 on the money, 125, get $100,000, 125, 125, $100,000, 125. You got a weak card, sit down, boys, we're uphill, now 50, get 125, 150,000, 125, 150, get 125, $150,000, 133, 175, turn around, 175, get 150, 175, 160, 170, get $160,000, $170,000, get $160,000, 170, get $160,000, $170,000, $170,000, $170,000, $160,000, $170,000, $165, $160,000, $170,000, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170,000, $165, $170, 165, 170, 170, 170, 170, 165, 170, 160, 170, 175, 170, 175, $170,000, 175, $170,000, 175. Guys, investment grade quality. 170, 175, $175, $170,000, $175,000, $175,000. Last and final call, 175. Sold it, $170,000, 5924.
Well, folks, the last year, of course, I've been reporting so many record prices on good condition used tractors, but not just records by a ton. And an example, again, here on our feature item on the show today, this 98 John Deere 7810, 914 original hours on it, went 32,400 over the previous record, sells for $170,000. Hey folks, I'm here with Pat McGrew. Now Pat, from the McGrew family, machinery in your blood. You have your own company, it's Key Machinery?
Yeah, Key Machinery right here in Keymar, Maryland.
Okay, you've been at it, what, almost 10 years now?
Yep, next year will be our 10th year, started in 2012.
Okay, and Key Machinery, you're buying and selling all types of equipment?
I stick with 75 to 150 horsepower tractors, mainly four-wheel drives, a lot of John Deere's, a lot of 10 series, 7,000 series. I try and sell pretty good stuff.
And Pat, growing up in the McGrew family, hard work, machinery, quality, boy, we sure see it in your dad's tractors here. Holy smokes, low hours. What can you tell us about your dad?
Hardest working man I know. Very down to earth, very focused. He loved farming. He loved the construction business and animals. He always loved his livestock. It was just part of growing up. Tractors, machinery, I was just always around it.
The mixture of equipment your dad has is quite interesting. It drew me from Minnesota to come out and film the auction here, but it's all such high quality. Was that always important to your dad, the having super nice condition used equipment?
Yeah, we always usually bought used. He bought used. He would go to a lot of auctions and find stuff private, but a big thing was checking it out, inspections. And we really like people, so we would get to talk to people, and we'd always ask him. I think you'll see he has a lot of stuff that are known to be good series of like what lasts, you know, what type of tractors do you have to work on the least, and those are the ones we decided to keep. That's the ones he kept back. So it's kind of surreal that he's selling the stuff, but once he said they started talking dates and stuff, it kind of come together that they were doing the sale.
Yeah. Am I detecting a little emotion in your voice, Pat?
Well, I'm starting to see some of these tractors. We traveled to pick them up.
Yeah.
We met with the guys. You know, it's a lot of years. So yeah, there is. And I think that's part of the reason we're passionate about it is we love it.
Well, folks, thanks for joining us this week on Machinery Pete TV out in the great state of Maryland. Long way from home for me from Minnesota, but I tell you, so fun to come out here and watch this amazing line of tractors of Bill McGrew sell. That 4230, the 7320 sells for a record price without a loader, and the feature item, that 7810 for $170,000. I think folks are going to be talking about this auction for years. We'll see you back here next week on Machinery Pete TV. Machinery Pete thanks these premier sponsors for their support. Sullivan Auctioneers. Let our team of professionals show you how to make your auction a success. Visit sullivanauctioneers.com.
your next piece of equipment is on MachineryPete.com. Search equipment from dealerships across the country to find what you're looking for. Only on MachineryPete.com.
Best way I've seen to fix faded paint? Dakota Shine. Order online at dakotashine.com or visit your regional farm stores to pick up your Dakota Shine today.